Welcome to Betty's Diner. What can I get you, besides a personality?
How about an apology for almost scratching my car with your tray of grease?
How about you jump off a cliff?
Ooh, she's feisty. Cute. But seriously, Sydney, how's your mom? Still enjoying her prison stay?
That was it. My blood boiled over. Before I knew it, my hand shot out, grabbed Jake's perfectly coiffed head, and slammed it face first into the nearest cake on the counter. Before I could blink, my manager stormed over, red-faced. I'd been following my subject for days, tracking her every move like a top-secret agent. I had to know the truth. I had to expose her for the double life she was living. That's why I was crouched behind some bushes, wearing camouflage, binoculars glued to my face, whispering updates to my imaginary team like, Agent Sydney to HQ. Target is sitting on a park bench talking to a boy? Wait, did she just hug him? I couldn't believe it. I tailed her all the way to the city, which was a solid 3 hours from our quiet little town. And for what? To watch her hugging some random teenage boy? At first, I thought I was hallucinating. Maybe hours of stakeouts and cheap snacks had finally gotten to me. But no, there she was, my own mother, hugging a guy my age, looking all emotional and teary-eyed. Oh my God, my mom is having an affair with a teenager? I couldn't breathe. My first instinct was to storm over and demand answers, but then I thought, no, Sweeney, be smart, be strategic, like the spies in those movies who never lose their cool. So instead of walking up, I army crawled across the grass, dodging imaginary lasers like my life depended on it. When I finally got close enough to hear them, I poked my head up from behind a bush. Jake, I've missed you so much. Ew! This was getting worse by the second. Before I could stop myself, I leapt out of the bushes. So this is it, huh? This is the big secret? You've been sneaking around with Jake from State Farm?
Sydney, what on earth are you doing here?
What I'm doing here? What are you doing here? And don't even try to deny it, Mom. I've seen enough rom-coms to know what's going on here. You're hugging some random kid and calling him Jake, which, by the way, is a terrible name for a secret lover.
Sydney, this isn't what it looks like. Jake is not my boyfriend. He's...
Okay, pause. While you're here playing detective with me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the Confession Diary fam where we spill all the tea. And before we get back to the most dramatic day of my life, perhaps, let me tell you a bit about myself. Growing up, it was just me and Mom against the world. She was the ultimate single mom, strong, fierce, and very hardworking. By day, she was the queen of our neighborhood bakery, whipping up cakes that looked too pretty to eat. By night, she was my best friend, my bedtime storyteller, and my superhero rolled into one. I used to sit on the counter in her little bakery, covered in flour like a miniature ghost, watching her hands work magic.
Okay, sweetheart, the secret to a perfect pie crust is love.
I was 5, and the idea of making my own cookie dough was the most exciting thing ever.
Love, you're so funny, Mama.
Yep, and maybe a pinch of salt.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be just like you, Mama.
Well, if you're anything like me, kiddo, you'll be just fine.
And for years, it was fine. It was perfect, actually. Mom and I had our little routine and our dreams of opening a bigger bakery one day. But then one day when I was 16, things started to change. It began with little stuff. She'd come home later than usual, claiming she was working on a big order. I noticed her talking on call secretly and suddenly go quiet whenever I entered the room. And then there were the disappearances. At first, I thought she was joining a secret baking club and planning to surprise me. But when it got more frequent, I started getting suspicious. And now here I was trying not to hyperventilate. Mom, start explaining, now! Who's this?
Sydney,
And that's when something even more insane happened. Sirens blared, 2 squad cars pulled up, and cops swarmed us, real action movie style.
Ma'am, step away from the boy.
Wait, what's going on now? Why are the cops here?
I called them. Your psycho mom has been stalking me and claiming I'm her son.
I'm sorry, what? Excuse my French, but what the actual freckles?
Stalking? I wasn't... You've been following me for weeks. You need to get it through your head, lady. I am not your son.
But you agreed to meet me here. I thought...
I only agreed to meet you so the cops could arrest you.
This is insane! My mom is not a stalker! Okay, maybe she was a little crazy for claiming Jake was her son, but she definitely wasn't a stalker.
Yeah, we'll tell that to my lawyers.
Long story short, Mom was arrested. And if you're wondering what it feels like to watch your mom get shoved into a squad car while some brat smirks like he's the king of the world, the answer is rage. Pure rage. Before the cops drove off, Mom looked at me with tear-filled eyes.
Sid, I'm so sorry. You'll understand one day.
With that, the cop cars drove off, and I was left wondering what I was going to do next. First, I went home and sobbed myself to sleep. Then I went to see Mom, but the cops wouldn't let me talk to her. Was that even legal? Ugh. By the end of the week, I was going crazy. I needed money to hire a lawyer and to, well, survive. So I went around our little town looking for a job, and after a few days, I got hired as a waitress at a small restaurant. The pay wasn't all that, but I couldn't complain. At least the owner let me eat anything I wanted in exchange for my baking skills. It was going well until one evening. I had just finished the dinner rush and was taking out the trash when fate decided to mess with me. The dumpster behind the restaurant was dark, smelly, and generally the stuff of nightmares, so I quickly tossed the bag in and turned to leave when, clang! What in the lid of the dumpster flew open and a man popped out like some demented Jack-in-the-Box. He had wild gray hair, a scruffy beard, and a coat that looked like it hadn't been washed since disco was in style.
Boom!
I screamed, like full-on horror movie scream. Ah! My heart did somersaults while I staggered back, tripping over a box and landing on my butt. Holy trash biscuits, are you trying to kill me? The man burst out laughing, doubling over and clutching his sides.
Oh, you should have seen your face. Priceless.
Who even are you?
Just a guy on a dumpster tour. And you, young lady, owe me an apology for dumping trash on me.
After my pulse returned to normal, guilt crept in. He might have been scary, but he was still a person. A hungry person. Okay, fine. How about I get you something to eat?
Well, if you insist.
5 minutes later, we were sitting behind the restaurant sharing a plate of fries. So, do you always hang out in dumpsters, or is this a special occasion?
Only the best dumpsters. Now tell me, what's a kid like you doing working in a dump like this?
And so I told him about my mom and the spoiled brat who got her arrested. I have to get her out of there.
You've got guts, kid. Most people would have given up by now.
Thanks, I think.
Well, see you around.
And with that, he disappeared into the night, leaving me wondering who the heck this old man was. But before that, I had to deal with a certain spoiled brat. One day, I'd stepped out of the restaurant, balancing a tray of burgers and fries like my life depended on it, when I heard it. The unmistakable roar of a sports car engine. Sure enough, a few seconds later, a sleek red monstrosity came screeching into the parking lot, barely missing me by inches. I yelped, the tray slipped from my hands and food went flying everywhere right as Jake stepped out of the car. Perfect, just perfect!
Wow, Sydney, what are you serving today? Fries with a side of dirt?
I clenched my fists, trying my best to stay professional, but when Jake strolled into the restaurant, I knew professionalism wasn't on the menu tonight. Welcome to Betty's Diner. What can I get you, besides a personality?
How about an apology for almost scratching my car with your tray of grease?
How about you jump off a cliff?
Ooh, she's feisty. Cute. But seriously, Sydney, how's your mom? Still enjoying her prison stay?
That was it. My blood boiled over. Before I knew it, my hand shot out, grabbed Jake's perfectly coiffed head, and slammed it face first into the nearest cake on the counter. Before I could blink, my manager stormed over, red-faced.
Sydney, what the heck just happened here?
Sorry, I guess I'm fired. I'll see myself out. But before I could storm off, Jake held up a hand.
No, it's fine. The cake is so delicious. I'm impressed. In fact, I want to hire you. I've got a birthday party coming up and I need someone to bake me a life-size cake.
I'd rather eat dirt.
How about $5,000?
My jaw dropped. That was more than enough to pay a lawyer for Mom. Make it $6,000. What? Don't judge me. That brat could clearly afford it.
Done.
For the next hour, I spent time trying not to roll my eyes as Jake gave instructions for his stupid cake. But the real shocker came when he told me when his birthday was. Wait, your birthday's the same as mine.
Yeah, and people share birthdays all the time. Doesn't mean anything.
But I couldn't help but feel like there was more to it than that. After all, according to Jake, my mom had claimed that he was her son, right? Could Jake be my twin brother? If yes, why had Mom left him? But as I stared at his smug face, I realized there was no way I was related to him. No fudging way. There had to be another explanation. Meanwhile, remember the old man? Well, he kept coming around, and every day I shared my lunch with him while we read tabloids on the latest Jake-related drama. Turns out Jake was from one of the richest families in the city, the Harringtons. His dad, Mr. Harrington Jr., passed away when Jake was 10, leaving everything to him and his mom. I wonder what his mom thinks of him parading all these girls.
He's just a reflection of where he comes from. Those Harringtons are something else.
Wait, you know them?
Don't mind me, just an old man rambling. So, this cake you're baking for him, got any secret revenge ingredients?
I narrowed my eyes at him. He was definitely hiding something, but I let it go, for now. Over the next few days, Jake turned cake making into my personal nightmare. He'd come every day to check on the cake.
Make sure the cake is covered in edible gold flakes.
Edible gold? Are you planning to eat it or frame it?
And don't forget the tiny handcrafted sugar sculptures of me. I want them on every tier.
Sure thing, Your Royal Highness.
Oh, and it needs to glow in the dark.
Do you also want it to dance and sing?
Keep mocking me and let's see who loses.
Somehow, against all odds, I pulled it off. By the time I'd finished, the monstrosity of a cake stood taller than me, glittering like a golden disco ball. If it weren't for my mom, I'd have quit halfway through and shoved Jake's face into the batter. Finally, it was the devil's birthday, and he so politely requested I deliver the cake to his house. The Harrington estate was everything you'd expect from filthy rich people. Massive gates, a driveway long enough to host a marathon, and a mansion that looked like a frickin' castle. As I stepped into the fancy living room of the Harrington estate, I barely got a chance to take in my surroundings when Jake appeared, and literally I could see an evil smirk on his face.
Hey, thanks for bringing the cake, but unfortunately, it's not exactly what I pictured. You missed a few gold flakes.
Was he serious? Are you kidding me right now? Before I could even blink, he shoved his hands into the frosting, splattering it everywhere. In an instant, the cake was unrecognizable, crushed and mutilated beyond belief. What the heck, Jake? You just destroyed everything!
Yeah, I don't really care about your little baker's masterpiece. You got a mess to clean up and then you can see yourself out.
I stood there, gaping at the wreckage, my heart pounding. That cake was my only chance. But instead of caring, Jake was acting like it was some game. You're an absolute jerk! You promised to pay me!
Oh, please. As if anyone would pay even $1 for that ugly cake. You're so dumb.
In an instant, I felt tears fill my eyes, but I wasn't going to let him see me cry, so I spun on my heel and stormed out. No lawyer, no money, no cake. Just anger burning in my chest. As I walked down the long driveway trying to keep it together, I heard the faint hum of an engine behind me. My heart skipped a beat and I instinctively looked over my shoulder. A black van was trailing me. Ugh, what now? I quickened my pace, but the van didn't stop, so I broke into a full run. Just as I reached the corner of the street, I turned to glance behind me, and that's when the doors of the van swung open and someone grabbed me from behind, yanking me inside the van. Let go of me, you stupid piece of—
Hey, watch your language, young lady.
Mom? What? How?
Not so fun when someone spies on you, huh?
What? You were in jail!
Yeah, but now I'm out. A good Samaritan helped me out. Long story.
A good Samaritan? Who was this random hero? And why was my mom acting like she had nothing to hide? Like it was just another Tuesday? I mean, seriously. Mom, what's really going on?
Come on, we need to go somewhere. And then I promise everything will make sense. Just promise me you won't hate me after this.
Who even says that to their kid? As if that wasn't the most suspicious thing ever. And as if that wasn't enough, she turned the van and drove us back into the Harrington estate. The moment we pulled up to the house, I knew something was terribly wrong. Mrs. Harrington, who was standing there, passed out on the lawn after seeing us, and her servants were busy with fans and smelling salts. Wait, for the last time, Mom, what the heck is going on?
Just wait. You'll understand soon.
As if on cue, Jake stormed out of the mansion and headed straight for me.
You! What did you do to my mother? 1 minute she's okay and then she saw you and collapsed.
Just then, the estate gates opened and a car drove in, and nothing could have prepared me for the person who stepped out.
Hello, kiddo. I see you've met my not-so-lovely family.
What was the old homeless man doing at the Harrington estate? And wait, you're clean and driving a car? And what do you mean, your family?
I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Mr. Harrington Sr. Mr. Harrington Jr. was my son. Hello, Grandpa. I was just telling these people to leave. They're upsetting Mom. Oh, for Pete's sake, Agatha. Get up from that lawn before I turn on the sprinklers.
And the next moment, Mrs. Harrington got up like she hadn't been completely passed out just a few seconds ago. And I totally would have laughed if I wasn't too busy trying to piece everything together. So, just so we're all on the same page, you're Mr. Harrington, Jake's grandpa, but you've been pretending to be a homeless man just to hang out with me? Should I be creeped out?
No, dear. I just wanted to see how you treat a homeless old man.
And that's when my mom stepped in, and the story she told me next was wild.
Sydney, there's a reason Mrs. Harrington reacted that way when she saw us. It's because you're her daughter.
I'm what?
Oh, please, I beg you, don't tell! I've carried the secret too long, Agatha. I can't do this anymore. It's time we tell everyone the truth.
Okay, Mom, please repeat that because there is no way I just heard you say I'm Mrs. Harrington's daughter.
It's true, Sydney. You were switched at birth with Jake. What? No way! Listen to me. Mrs. Harrington was desperate for a son. Her husband, he only wanted a male heir to inherit their business, so when she had a daughter, she panicked. I was her housekeeper, and I had just given birth to Jake.
So I've spent my entire life scraping by while Jake got to live like a prince because Mrs. Harrington didn't want me?
I'm so sorry, Sydney. I was barely making ends meet, and she offered me lots of money.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Cool story, Mom. But where did the money go?
I didn't use any of it. I couldn't. I felt so guilty. Please forgive me, Sydney. Jake, Do not touch me. I don't care if you're my bio mom. I hate you. I'm glad you gave me away because I could never live a peasant life like you.
Don't talk to her like that! Blind with rage, I lunged at Jake, but just then, Mr. Harrington brought out his walking stick and tripped both of us, and we both landed on our butts.
Enough! I am sorry both your mothers did this to you, but I won't leave you fighting. Jake, it's clear you're not fit to be an heir, so I'm sending you to my farm. You'll work with my horses for a year. What? No way! One more word out of you and I'll disinherit you. Now go pack your bags.
As Jake walked away, Mr. Harrington turned to me. Uh-oh.
Young lady, after spending time with you, I've seen that you're a bright and kind girl. On behalf of my family, please accept my invitation to officially become a Harrington.
At that moment, I knew I had a decision to make. I can't do this.
How can you say no? Anyone would kill just to have the Harrington name.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Excuse me?
You heard me. You gave me away because you were obsessed with having a boy. Newsflash, Jake's a brat, not an heir. I want nothing to do with you.
Sydney, please, let's talk about this. You are my granddaughter after all.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Harrington, but I don't need any of this. I don't need your fortune, your name, or your drama. I've got my mom, and that's all I'll ever need. And in that moment, I was done with the Harringtons. All the money, all the power, it didn't matter. I had something far better.
I am not offering you money or a name, Sydney, but I can help you. I've bought that restaurant where you work. It's now a bakery. You and your mom can make it work.
Oh, wait, what? Wow.
I've also set up a trust fund for you to attend culinary school when you graduate high school. You've got a talent, Sydney. Don't let it go to waste.
I promise I won't. And that was that. I've been through enough drama for a lifetime now. My mom and I were fine running our bakery with Grandpa's support. We didn't need the Harrington name, but at least we had each other. Yes, it was hard at first. Mom had to accept that Jake wasn't the sweet boy she wished he was, but who knew? Maybe 1 year at Grandpa's farm would change him. As for Mrs. Harrington, aka my bio mom, she left the estate and moved to another country. Good riddance, I guess. And Jake, well, he'd have to get used to the fact that he wasn't the Harrington heir anymore, but that wasn't my problem.